Mr. Sean Butler. Sean, how's it going today? Thanks for your help on the pre-match pump-up today.
You're welcome. You're welcome, boys. How you guys doing?
We're good, man. We're good. Look, 6 games, 0 losses, 2 draws, 4 wins. How are you feeling from the start of the season today?
From the start of the season, or
the start of the season, the game today. Talk me through your thoughts.
Look, I think today was the day. I said it, and I said it at the very end of your pre-match pump-up show. I said today is the day. Let me get my microphone out of the way. Today is the day where we need not just the 3 points, but we need a performance that can settle everybody's nerves. That can, because there's a lot of like jittery. Like there's a lot of people in the community, one side or the other, that are worried about various things. We need a commanding performance where I said at the end of the show, 0 minutes to 90 minutes, where we dominate and we don't make any silly mistakes and we just go and get the 3 points. And if we can do that convincingly with a scoreline, or whether we get the 3 points with an unconvincing scoreline but a convincing performance, I think that will calm everybody down. And today was exactly what I wanted and exactly what we got. I thought we were absolutely in control of that game for the entire 90 minutes. And I was, before we get into the individual players, I just thought it was exactly what the community, exactly what Tottenham needed. And we should all be, however you celebrate, whichever vessel you choose to enjoy your celebration, you should be enjoying it right now, because today was a brilliant performance.
What do you think was the difference? Why do you think there was such a, compared to maybe the last 2 performances, what changes were there today for you?
I think first of all that the changes in the team, I think they were unpredictable. I was saying this again to Brian. I think Brian mentioned it earlier. Brian made a really fascinating point to me about being unpredictable, that Fulham wouldn't have prepared for the specific 11 that was starting. And I was saying it in a different way over the last couple of weeks. I feel like Tottenham have become predictable. When we had Emerson and Sanchez on the right-hand side, that clever tactical managers like Tuchel and David Moyes, for example, they would have seen Tottenham play in this kind of distorted, contorted 4-3-3 or 3-4-3 where we push the ball down the left-hand side. And if you're going to be open, if you're going to lose the ball, you're going to be open down their right, our left. And they took advantage of it very well against West Ham and against Chelsea, whereas last season most teams would just push their ball down their left-hand side and try and take on our weaker players, which were traditionally down the right. Defensively, whilst we're very solid down the right with those previous players, we had nothing going forward, and so it resulted in certain consequences which clever tactics could take advantage of. Today, I think the 11 had far more balance to it. Bringing Romero back into the team allowed him to be able to play the ball and spray the ball. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when Dyer had the ball in the first half, his first thought was to look left towards Longley, and that I think was something that maybe the other teams, like, if you're unpredictable, it means that you're difficult to play against. And I think today we were unpredictable in the way that we were spraying the ball around. I got to give a shout out to Longley. I thought he was absolutely brilliant today, and I want to see more of him. Nothing against Ben Davies. I think he's been a very good and a steady performer for our team. But I thought Longley on the left and Romero on the right allowed so much more width to be brought into the team today, and so much more access with their range of passing into the not just the midfield 2, but the front 3 as well.
Do his stats precede him then, Longley?
Yeah, I've got the stats in front of me. I said to you,
here we go.
No,
Who's got a free half an hour? Let's go.
No, I'm not going to bore you with it. But he has an average of 92% in his previous 2 seasons with long ball passes, and across medium and long ball passes. Today he had a 90% accuracy, 54 from 60. And most of those were progressive, right? The vast majority were progressive. I'm really relieved as a content creator that when he got his chance, he took it in the way that I hoped. And then if you remember in the first 2 minutes of the game, when he first got the ball, he didn't look to pass. He looked to run the ball forward and make a progressive run as well. So he's everything that I hoped he would be. But I'm not going to give him all the credit, because I think there were so many other players today. I thought Richarlison, and you know what? I'm going to take my chance here.
Wax lyrical about Richarlison. Come on, Sean. We've been waiting for this.
No, I'm going to hold my hands up, right? I'll be honest. You remember I was very, very reserved about spending 60 million quid on Richarlison. I was wrong, man. This guy was out of this world today. Like if you look at his stats, if you look at his heat map, I'm sure you guys will look at it over the week when you're doing your reviews. He wasn't playing as a right wing forward today. He was playing as a number 6 almost. He was absolutely everywhere, doing everything. He had more tackles than most of our defenders. He had more interceptions than most of our midfielders. His passing, his ability was absolutely flawless. I thought if it wasn't for a little bit of sometimes in the first half, he had a bit of a heavy pass, a heavy touch and a heavy pass. But generally speaking, I thought Richarlison was phenomenal. And I'm happy to hold my hands up when I'm wrong, and I'm very happy to be wrong because Richarlison looks like he's the real deal, and I couldn't be happier to be wrong about him.
And he got a booking for scoring a goal, which didn't count. Which was a funny moment, but hopefully he just needs a goal, doesn't he? Hopefully he'll get his goal sooner rather than later. But yeah, he looks like a real find. But who would you say your man of the match was?
It was a tough one. I was between Højbjerg and Richarlison. I probably would give it to. I don't really care who got it out of the two. I don't even know who got it officially, but I thought Højbjerg was brilliant. I thought Richarlison was one of those two. I'd probably give it to Højbjerg because he got the goal, but it was a very, very close divide.
A lot of candidates weren't there today. A lot of candidates for man of the match. Really good performance. And on a performance like that, does that give you now more confidence going into this mad week that we've got in the Champions League and Man City away?
Yeah, it's a brilliant headache to have in what you do against Marseille, thinking about what you've got ahead against Manchester City. For me, obviously, the tough decisions are whether who do you keep out, who do you keep in the front three. I thought it was brilliant to see Conte have the confidence to take off Harry Kane in the 74th minute. I mean, it would be a fantastic quiz question. When was the last time Harry Kane was subbed outside of the last 5 minutes of a game? I can't remember how long ago that was, right? But
what minute did he come off?
74th, 75th, something like that. Yeah, right. 77, something like that. Yeah. And look, he came off when we were 2-0 up, and then we lost that. We conceded the goal, and that's squeaky bum time. But Decky came on and was absolutely fantastic as well, even though he only had 15, 20 minutes, whatever. It's brilliant to see the competition in places. I had no doubt in my mind that Decky would come on and rise up and try and do what he did. I forget the game it was previously when he got subbed in the second half late in the last season when he got subbed off or he got dropped, rested, whatever you want to call it, for a poor performance in the previous game, then came on in the 60th minute for Lucas and then just absolutely destroyed. I forget. Was it Leicester? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic to see that he's got that mentality of saying, yeah, rest me if you want. When I come back on, I'm going to try and win, regain my place. In terms of to answer your question directly, Ben, I've got full confidence ahead of Marseille. I would probably, whoever it is in Conte's mind of those front four, that is the most or the least important. I would play them on against Marseille. I think that Marseille is an easier game than Man City, and I think that Sonny has to play against Man City. So I'd even be okay with seeing Sonny, Richarlison, and Kulu play against Marseille, as long as Sonny gets told the reason why he's not playing against Marseille is because he's important against Man City.
All right, Sean, thanks for coming on today, my friend. We shall speak to you soon.
Love you guys. Take care.
Awesome, Sean. Good to see you, mate.
Spurs, come on.